Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter. And today it's week one, yay! Week one of my collage planner. I'm both excited and a little nervous because of course nothing is planned. All I've got is a list of products, a list of prompts to go by. Nothing is planned, so I've just gone through my craft room and pulled out things. So let's see what exactly I've pulled out and then we can get started. So on here are the prompts. I don't know whether it's going to focus on it for you. There you go, those are the prompts. Please excuse the bright light here, but you know what? It's the middle of the winter. I live in Wales and we've got sunshine and I'm going to celebrate it. So first thing here is something fast, right? Something fast to me. Didn't really know what I was going to use, so I pulled out some bits. I've got a stopwatch. That usually is something you use when you're fast. I pulled out some butterflies because butterflies are fast. Pulled out a bunny because if you've ever tried catching a bunny on camera, I can tell you they're fast. Picture of a plane and a vintage car. An advertisement for cars. Now these are probably not classed as fast nowadays, but they probably were in their day. A boat, a rowboat. I think that's a beautiful picture and I went, you know, it is quite fast if you row fast. And then a bit of industry, and I thought, you never know, that might help as well. So that's the first of that. Right, what was the next one? A postage stamp. Well, I kind of just pulled over my entire album of stamps. I mean, I've got a couple of them here. So this is pretty much the butterfly one. And this is my other stamp collection that's got loads and loads of stuff in. So I didn't want to pre-select anything because I don't know what the whole theme or the whole look is going to be. A piece of map. Well, that was an easy one. I've already got those. I've got some orienteering maps and I've got some normal maps. I was looking for some oceanography maps but couldn't find any, so maybe I've used them all. Next on the list is a border or a frame. Now this one gave me a bit of angst. I wasn't quite sure how to go with this one. So I found this, and I know it's not a border, it's an aperture, but I thought arguably I could use it as a border or a frame. And then I went and I did some die pieces for borders, and I quite liked these. And then once I'd done these, I thought, oh, you know what? That actually leaves me the apertures as well. So there's something there. I don't know yet what I'm going to use. I'm just going to put that in a little pile to one side. When we get there, we'll look at it. What's next on there? A portion of a brochure. Right, I happen to have this on my desk. I'm a great lover of Mackie stamps. They're based in Germany. They do really high quality stamps. And this is actually the pamphlet or the leaflet or the brochure that comes through with them. And I thought there's definitely stuff on here I can use. So that's here as well. What was next on this list? The bonus part was a form or part of a form. Well, as we know, because I'm doing a page and a half, I've decided to try and do the bonus piece as well as the other bits. So I've got a bit of ledger here and I've got a time card here, and in my opinion, those are forms. So, right, what do I need to do? What else is on my desk? I've got a tear ruler. I've got a bit of plastic because I use these to actually smooth things down. I'm using a Pritt stick for this because I always use Pritt stick. A couple of pairs of scissors in case I need to do fussy cutting. Over in this side, I'm going to have my glue book because I'm sure you don't need to see me gluing, and that doesn't need to be on screen. Other than that, I think we're about ready to go. So, week one, excited. I did say I'm going to set a timer. So I'm going to set this for 30 minutes. Just to stop me procrastinating, and hopefully I'll do it in about 20, but I like to have the option of having a timer there, and that keeps me on track. Okay, let's get going. So let's see, I've got all of my elements here. What do I want to start with? Well, this for a start screams to me the edge of a page, or it would do if I put it on the right side of the page. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm really drawn to this boat, but I'm not sure whether I want to use something more vintage. Excuse me, frog in the throat. I did quite like the idea of the stopwatch as well. So actually I need to fussy cut this, right? I apologise, my fussy cutting is not the most fussy in the world, but you know what? I'll do the best I can. So, and also, as with all of the videos I do, I tend to work looking through my iPad. I can tell you, I don't really recommend it. It's a tricky thing to do, but I haven't yet worked out how to do the technology where I can sit down, craft, have a screen in front of me and have a screen recording. So there you go, I'm a technically challenged person. So how is everyone doing? I mean, I know we're living in very, very peculiar times at the moment. I, for one, have been affected by COVID. I haven't had it, thank goodness. But we, as a family, have lost a few people to it. I'm not going to get into that. That's not what this video is about. But it has hit my family. It's hit my business. It's hit the economy huge here in the UK. Not really sure how we're going to get back to it really quickly, if we ever get back to it. I know that they're vaccinating a lot here, which is good, and we'll be really quick about it. Why can't I cut that bit? There you go. So yes, it's tough around the world, but I must admit, for me, crafting has pretty much saved my mental state, because I've just pretty much locked myself away in my craft room and done what I needed to do. I thought I'd cut that right. I think that cut a bit that doesn't, I haven't cut a bit and it needed to be cut. There you go. Right, so that bit I like. Let's put that over there for trash. So I'm really liking the colour of this map. And I do like it as an edge. I think I'm going to come in, I'm just going to fussy tear. I think if I move this over a bit, you'll be able to see me do tearing. So I'm going to tear this off. I've seen several people doing this challenge, and for me it's really interesting to see how everyone's collage develops. I mean, it is good. It's outside the box for me. It's outside the box for a lot of people to actually do something we're not used to doing. I mean, I've obviously collaged for a long time. I mean, as anyone who shops in my Etsy shop knows, I have collage. I do collage. However, I've not had to collage on demand before, so that's a bit tricky for me. Right, I'm going to leave those to one side. I think it's about time I made a decision as to what I want. I'm drawn to the bunny and I'm drawn to the butterflies, but that's because I love butterflies. The butterflies can sit to one side because, again, I'm trying to do something different. I'm really drawn to, you know, I'm going to stick with the boat. Let's stick with the boat. The bunny may feature later. Let's put it that way. So let's take the edges off this. Now, why am I tearing? I just tear. I find it easier. I find it's easier for me to tear in a straight line than it is for me to cut with the scissors in the straight line. That may be sad, but I can tell you what, it's true. So, there you go. So, other than that, who have I been watching? I've been watching Gail Augustinelli do these. Names have absolutely escaped me. Is Tracy Fox doing these? I think Tracy Fox might be doing these. I can't remember, but all of my favourites are out there and I'm watching them, so I'm quite happy about that. Right, what we're going to do with this. I quite like this, but I don't need to make a feature of it. So, and I quite like this bit here. Let's just rip that across the top. I like the lines on it. If there's one thing about collage that I really struggle with, it's the fact that I'm actually OCD. So if someone's not familiar with that, it's obsessive compulsive disorder. I'm not a huge victim of it, but if you were to go into my kitchen cabinets, you'd find everything was lined up and and facing forward, and it gets a bit scary sometimes, especially if I'm really tired. But then you know what? That's just life. Everyone has their things to deal with. Okay, let's moving on. I'm liking this. I'm actually liking that whole strip. Let's see if I take that strip off there. So why collage? Why collage? I enjoy collage, and it's probably because it's freed me up artistically. I did have a tendency to be very uniform in the way I work. Obviously, we've just spoken about it. However, for me, it's really interesting because in collage, there are no rules, and no rules actually works really well for me. Let's see, is there anything else on here I really like the look of? Let's have a little bit of the mushroom thing going. I think I'm getting to the point actually where I possibly need to commit and stick a few things down. So bear with me while I just take that off to one side. Obviously, all of these bits just go straight back into my scrap box. Yeah, nothing gets thrown away here. Well, actually, that's a lie. I do occasionally have a purge. And if you're the sort of person who has boxes of scraps everywhere, and you don't know how to deal with them, what I do is periodically, probably once every 3 or 4 months, I will tip the whole contents of my scrap box onto this desk and then put it all back piece by piece. And any bits I don't really like go straight in the trash, and it's over and done with, and they're out of my life. So, and that's just the way I keep from hoarding and hoarding and hoarding, because I will end up with so much stuff. It actually gets quite scary. Right, let's look. I think I want to put this down first. Now, there you go. My intent is, when I film one of these, to actually answer any questions or say hi and hugs or something to anyone who's commented on the previous week. The only downside of that at the moment is I'm really struggling with my internet connection. So I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get these uploaded in the right time scale. We're looking into it. It looks as if the problem is my upload speed. So I'm with Sky. I don't know which provider anyone else is with. And what I'm going to do is we're going to change the package so that I actually have better internet speed for uploading, because as you probably know, I do videos and I really struggle with my videos. And I'm hoping we're going to go with super fast fiber optic, and I'm hoping that's going to cure the problem, because I've had enough, guys. I really have had enough of the struggle, and I love sharing and I love doing YouTube, but I've sort of become to the point where I don't do enough videos anymore because I'm finding it a bit daunting and pointless, because I make the video and then I can't upload it, then I've got to divide it into sections, and then, for example, I did a 20-minute video the other day. It took me 8 hours to upload it. That's just insane. So I'll put those bits down. I want to put a few of these down. That, I think that needs to be the outside edge, definitely. So as far as my glue book goes, when you see me tear a page off, there's a bucket next to me, a basket, a bin, a receptacle, should we say, and I just put them in there, and then later on I work on using those up as well. And there will be videos in the future from me on how I use those sort of things. Hopefully I'm in screen for all of this. I'm trying to be as mindful of that as possible, and it probably isn't. This line down here, when I did a test video, was where I could work up till, so I'm pretty much trying to stay within that, because what's the point of watching this unless you actually can see it? So it's winter here, obviously, and in Wales, when it's winter, believe me, it's winter. It's cold, it's wet. I know we've got snow on the way. That's not the straightest thing in the book, Ceri. There you go. That's one thing I like about glue stick, is you've got a bit of wiggle time. You can just squeeze that out. I'm stuck under there. There you go. It's just a little bit of something stuck under there. Right, what else did I do? I liked that bit of map. I wanted to stick that on the edge. It's going to be interesting watching how everyone deals with these collage challenges. It's also going to be interesting for me, I might have to trim that off afterwards, to be using stuff outside my box, as we should say. I do tend to be I work within my safety zone, let's put it that way, and I have supplies that I always go to and I always use, and I think that's probably true for quite a few of us, if truth be told. I need to go on that way, so I need to look this way. And I would like to think this is going to push me into areas I don't normally work with, and that would be quite nice. Just to see different themes. I'm wondering whether at the end of this, everyone's going to sort of do like a flip through of what they've done with the whole book. I think I might do actually when it comes to Christmas. I might, because that'll be when this finishes, obviously. I will have done the 52 weeks. Once I've done that, I might do a flip through, because I think that might be interesting just to see how the collage has developed. So where are you in the world is my next question. Do I want to put the boat in now? I do want to put the boat in now. Is that a dry page? I'm not going to glue on that one, because this magazine page may actually just pull out, and I don't want to lose this image. Yeah, where are you all in the world? I'm in the UK. I know I've got followers around the world, as most of us on YouTube have, and thank goodness for internet in these days, because without the internet, I think most of us would have lost the plot by now. That's there. Right, let's look at something else. What else did I need to do? I've got the form. I've got the brochure. I do need to use these, but we'll stick with those afterwards because I feel they're more of a top element. I've got the map on there. Well, let's go down here. Something fast. I'm calling that fast, but I may put another element in. Postage stamp, that's a sort of top layer to me. Piece of map, I've got the map. Border or frame, dealing with that one. Bit of a brochure, got a bit of a brochure. Right, so from here on in, I'm sort of okay. I'm kind of being drawn to this, actually. I'm thinking that's quite nice and vintagey. But I don't really want covering that up. Question is, do I need the whole advertisement? It's on the back. Nothing on the back that I want to look at. I'm not going to use it. I think I might. This one's probably better. I wonder whether I can tear the edges of this. I'm not the greatest with the tear ruler. I try. But it depends on the age of the paper that I'm tearing as to how successful I am. So I did look at one of those decal edged trimmers by Tim Holtz, but to be honest, it didn't really appeal to me. I thought, you know what, that's just another bit of equipment on my desk and limited space on the desk as it is. So do I really want to go there? I might actually. No, I think I don't want to cover up those beetles. I like the beetles. But it could go. Ooh, see, I'm beginning to procrastinate now, and this is what I was trying to avoid. I don't mind it going upwards, actually. You know, I'm going to do that. Let's live on the edge, people. Let's do something completely off-piste. So I'm going to do an upwards piece because no one says it has to be in the right orientation. So let's take that, slip that onto there. So I don't know how long Margaret Miller's been doing these challenges. I must admit, this was the first year that her name came to my attention with all of these. So when I looked her up, she does have an Etsy shop. She does have products. It was just, I've not heard of her before. I think I need to wait until that's filled in a little bit before I start adding that. Did I want to add the bunny? Because the bunny is definitely calling to me. I think the bunny's going to go on there. So, there you go. So, I should really have saved the bunny, shouldn't I, for the Easter one? Because I know there's got to be an Easter week one, because we're going to do this every single week. So, never mind. So what's your favourite form of craft? I mean, I tend to do most things. I do a lot of mixed media stuff. I like to do junk journals, although I don't do junk journals to sell. I do them as gifts. I do them for myself because I journal. I love the art of junk journaling. I don't think I've got the confidence to put my junk journals up for sale because, you know, I don't know. It just, for me, I don't know that I would be brave enough to do that, and I take my hat off to those that do. So, right, so that's all the fast stuff done. I've still got my stopwatch coming in. I do feel I need something else. I need something to fill this. And actually I'm feeling a bit limited because I haven't actually used anything other than that. Right, now I've got some card. This is the card that I actually cut my, out of my pieces, my borders. Have you noticed I can't speak today? And I'm thinking I might want to put a piece of that in there just because I want to cover up what I'm not using. That's one good thing actually about this challenge and this planner is you don't have to be scared of the blank page because there isn't a blank page. Margarete has been very, very clever and actually covered it up before we even started. There's always a very pale, almost watercolor image behind. For example, look, see, there's something on every page, so you don't have to fear the blank space, which is one of my foibles in life. I tend to fear the blank space. Let's take that off there. And talking to a lot of people, so do they. So I think that'll fit in lovely there. I don't want to cover this up because that's my prompts for everything. So this looks like it must have been from a steampunk themed paper pad. I would imagine it's Stamperia. I do tend to use Stamperia quite often. I especially love their rice papers, which I use in nearly all of my work. Probably it's just a habit. I mean, I do know there are some lovely, lovely pieces out there by other people. I just haven't really ventured into using anyone else's rice papers. I think I want just a little bit there. When I'm doing collage, I tend to work like a lot of people in threes. So I'll have 3 bits of this and 3 bits of that. And I think that's because I find that gives me more balance to my eye when I'm doing it. I don't know whether that's right or wrong for everybody, but for me, I like to have 3s, although I've broken that rule straight away here, and a lot of these aren't in 3s, but when I'm putting real collage together for a project, it's normally 3s. I'm actually liking that colour, and I'm wondering whether I want one more piece down there. I think I do. Right, all scraps go in the scrap box. Yay! Because we love a scrap, don't we? So, what else is going on? Let's see, what else do you need to know about me? I did say in these videos I was going to be a little more personal, put a little more of me into the videos instead of just instruction. I wouldn't be surprised in one of these videos if you don't hear a dog barking in the background. If you do, that's our Labrador, and our Labrador's called Biscuit. And Biscuit, well, Biscuit is a family member, so he can bark anytime he darn well pleases as far as I'm concerned. I'm beginning to like that there. I just want to get that covered. So as I said, if you do hear something barking, not something, if you hear a dog barking, it's obviously Biscuit. Right, I've got little strips here and here. I don't want to go down the stamp route just yet. Okay, I've got these on my desk. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? These are something I'm working on, and I'm planning to do, I quite like that. I'm planning to do a new tag background kit for my Etsy shop, and I'm playing around with this, and when I launch it, I think I'm going to call it Wild Coral. Don't ask me, I have no idea where these names come from, but I liked this a lot, and I thought, you know what, it's inks, it's acrylics, it's jelly plating or jelly plate imaging, and whatever you call it. I think I want to have that cut down a little bit. So look out for that in the future. It will be coming from me. I'm liking it. I don't know whether I want it that long. Do I want that in there? Actually, I like that there. Let's put that one in and then make a decision about that one in a minute. The rules are with this, if you haven't watched the beginning, the introduction video I did, you can use the prompts, you can use the bonus as well, or you can take one of the prompts and replace it with one of the with the bonus. What else do you need to know? Once it's done, you can decorate as much or as little as you like in any way, shape or form. And why did I just put my ruler onto the glue book? How stupid was that? Right, this piece is going to go at the top. Let's pop that in there. And I think this piece is going to go across there. And obviously I'm going to get a new glue page. So are any of you doing this challenge? Does this appeal to you? As I said in my introduction video, I'm not really one for challenges because I do tend to have quite a heavy workload. But in saying that, I also have a really bad work-life balance, and that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to just come on board and see if I can do something. Why does that not feel like it's stuck along that bottom edge? Let's put that back on again. There you go, that feels better. So yeah, that was my reasoning behind this. Right, I like that there, so let's put that on there now. Let's see if I can actually glue this without tearing it. Because it's a magazine page or clipping, they tend to be a little fragile when you're gluing them. So let's put you down by there. How am I doing for time? Oh, I've got 7 minutes left. Okay, I don't think we're doing that bad. Right. I have talked quite a bit, so maybe I can use that as an excuse. So I need something there, and then maybe just the odd bit of embellishment. Do I fancy one of those up there? I fancy these on the page, but I don't fancy that. What can I do? That's a bit too bright. Right, let's delve into the scraps box. This is, let's have some book page in there. I haven't put book page in there. I've got a nice bit of book page in here. So that'll do, that bit there. This is my printed or patterned box. So basically I have two boxes. One is full of plain or things I can use for backgrounds. The other one is full of scraps like this. So it's music, normal paper, just stuff like that. So let's see about that. Well, that couldn't be more perfect if I tried. Right, so you're going to go on there. Stick you by there. I'm happy with that. I want a bit over there. I think I can just tear that. Be brave, Griffiths, be brave. So now I, as you know, am timing this. You don't need to time yourself. That's just me because I want to make sure that I do this without wasting too much time. I'm going to do a little bit because I want a little bit up there. It's calling to me. Let's put a strip of that there. Let's put that right across the top of there. That's one thing with book page. If it's an old book, whoa, does it like to stick to your fingers. Right, so the whole thing is now covered. Is that lifting up? No, it's not lifting up. So now I can pretty much do what I've said was going to be like the embellishment pieces, which is postage stamps and borders. I think are the only things I've got left to put on here. So what do I feel like? I really like that colour because it pulls out from that, and that's kind of the other colour within it. Or do I like a splash of green? No, that's too dominant. I think I'm going to use that one. Now this is going to be a bit tricky because gluing a die cut down with a glue stick, that's going to be interesting. So let's hope I don't ruin it, which because I'm hurrying I probably am going to ruin it. Maybe not, maybe I've got away with it. Right, let's put you down by there. If you go down, off my fingers, thank you. A little bit of a tear there. That's the one thing about using die cuts and a glue stick is they're not really that good of friends. Okay, I don't mind that there. I'm not going to attempt to put another one in. However, I think I'm going to use a piece of this. Now I'm just going to do something like take the top off if I can do it without tearing the piece. I don't mind straight edges, so I don't mind if I don't see all of it. Actually, let's see if I can fussy tear that down there. So, how am I doing? Oh, down to 3 minutes, guys. I don't think we're probably going to make this because obviously it's my very first one and I've been a little bit long-winded in my chats, but hey, I've had a go. I'm not used to collaging directly on screen like this. This is a bit wild for me, so I want to put this one down again. Let's see whether I can glue this without destroying it. I mean, really, I should probably have used a wet glue for this instead of a glue stick because it will eat up my glue stick. But you know what? Needs must, as they say. So let's stick you. Oh, now I've got a debate going on because I don't want to cover the boat. I don't want to cover those either, but there you go. Down it goes. Commit, Griffiths, commit. So, there you go. I quite like that mirroring that. So I just need some postage stamps now, and I think we've done everything. So let's see, what have we got in here? Oh, there you go. How convenient is that? There's a sailboat there, and it's in the right colour. I'm loving that. So that's going on straight away, which means technically I've finished, but technically I'm not finished because I'm not going to stop just yet. Like that by there. So I seem to be having a sort of sea theme, so let's have a quick look through and see if I can find anything more that's that colour or sea themed. Anything really great? Oh, Dominica, there you go, that's got some nice colours in it that actually go with that. I want to find one more stamp. One more stamp, where are you? Scotland, there you go, it's the right colour. I don't know whether Scotland's got anything to do with this spread whatsoever, but I'm going to use it. And it's funny because I said that kit's going to be called Wild Coral. And guess what? I've got a tropical fish. Yay! I've also got a bit of a glue stick option going on here. So I'm going to put him over here because I quite like the idea of him being close to that. And I don't know why we're going to have a little Scotsman. I think he's going to go right by there. Mr. Scotsman can slide in right by there. And I don't know why he's going right by there, but he is. Right. I'm going to turn my timer off now because we've done it, in my opinion. I just want to double check that I've got everything on here that I'm supposed to have. So, something fast. Fast, we've got a bunny, represented it by time, and I've got a boat, and I've got a plane and a car. Postage stamp, I've got 1, 2, 3 of those, that's fine. Piece of map. Good. Border or frame, that's a border in my opinion, and that's a border as well. Portion of a brochure, yes, I've got the Mackie stamp stuff. It's behind there, I know it's there, but at least I've got it here. And a form, so I've got a form. I think we've done it, guys. I think we've really, really done it. If anything, I'm feeling I want to put a washi tape down there. Let me just grab my washi tapes. Excuse me, banging away in the background. Washi tape. Do I want a colour or do I want a pattern? It's not really vintagey, so did I put music on there? Didn't put music on there, but I think music would be a bit. I'm thinking I want one of these really thin ones actually, just to tie it down the edge. I think that's sort of the right colour, but I want something with a bit of a pop. Quite like to take that colour out of there. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. Let's put those over to one side. So, in my mind, I finished on time. This is just me making a little bit of a fuss at the end of it. So, now, I don't know about you guys, but I never trust washi tape. So, I always put it on my glue stick because washi tape isn't really meant to stay in place. It's supposed to be a removable tape. And when I'm using it in projects, I don't want it removable. I actually want to use it and have it in place permanently. So slide that down a bit. Let's just tickle that bit of there. Now, do I want it anywhere else on this page? I think I do. Let's just put another couple of pieces on here just to tie in some stuff, because otherwise I'm going to have just the one random piece of washi when really I could do with more than one random piece. Like that up there. And maybe one more piece over here. Just to finish it off, just needs to be a little bit. I mean, I like washi and I do use it. I probably don't use it as much as I should use it. But then, you know what, I actually think that's probably the same for a lot of us. We like it, we grab it, we buy it in packs and bulk and everything, and then we forget about it. Right, is that gone over the page? I think that'll be all right. Probably need to trim anyway. So I'm going to call that done, guys. I'm going to say that's my week 1 spread. I'm very happy with that, actually. That's not the sort of stuff I normally do. I will look at it later on, towards the end of the year maybe, and see whether I did want to add any more to it, but I quite like that, and I've still got my prompts. So hopefully you enjoyed that as well. I need to stick that little bit down there. I'll do that after I've finished. So I would be remiss if I didn't remind everyone, these are actually my social media links. Love to see you liking, following, whatever, or sharing them. That would be fabulous. Thank you. And this is me, Ceri the Crafter, saying goodbye. C-E-R-I, the Crafter. And I'll see you for week 2. Take care. Bye.